Welcome to Capitalists versus Consumers, where we break down how money really works and show you how to start building income that works for you. Today, we are covering one of the most searched topics in personal finance and entrepreneurship: how to start a work-from-home business with no experience. If you have been thinking about building something of your own, but feel like you do not have the right background, the right credentials, or the right skills, this video is going to change that thinking completely. Because the truth is that experience is not what starts a work-from-home business. Action is. And today we are going to walk you through exactly how to take that action step by step. Quick note before we get into it. Everything we cover here at Capitalists versus Consumers is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. Business results vary, and nothing in this video constitutes a guarantee of income. Some links mentioned may be affiliate links, meaning we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. Please hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a report. Let's get into it. First, redefining what experience means. Most people think experience means years in a field, formal training, or a degree. That is the wrong definition when it comes to starting a work-from-home business. Experience in the context of building a business means understanding a problem your potential customers have and being able to help them solve it. That is all. You do not need a certification to help someone organize their finances. You do not need a degree to help a small business owner manage their social media. You do not need formal training to create a template that saves someone 3 hours of work. Every single person reading this has experience that someone else would pay for. The question is not whether you have experience. It is whether you have identified it and packaged it in a way that creates value for someone else. Step 1. Identify your transferable skills. The foundation of every successful work-from-home business is a skill or knowledge set that creates value for other people. And the starting point is almost always something you already know. Here is a simple exercise. Write down the answers to these 3 questions. What do people regularly ask you for help with? Whether it is at work, among friends, or in online communities. If people consistently turn to you for a specific type of help, that is a signal that you have a valuable skill. What have you learned in your jobs over the past 10 years? Every job teaches you something. Administrative roles teach organization and communication. Sales roles teach persuasion and customer psychology. Technical roles teach problem solving and systems thinking. Caregiving roles teach empathy and patient communication. All of these are valuable. What do you know how to do that most people find difficult or confusing? This is often where the most valuable skills hide. If bookkeeping confuses most people but makes sense to you, that is a skill. If you know how to cook delicious food efficiently, that is a skill. If you understand how social media algorithms work, that is a skill. If you are good at explaining complicated topics in plain language, as we try to do every day here at Capitalists versus Consumers, that is a skill. Write your answers down. The overlap between what people ask you for help with, what you have learned in your career, and what comes naturally to you is your starting point. Step 2. Choose your business model. Once you have identified your transferable skills, the next step is choosing how to package and deliver that value as a business. There are 5 primary work-from-home business models worth understanding. Service-based businesses trade your skills for money. You do something for a client and they pay you. Examples include virtual assistants, bookkeeping, social media management, copywriting, graphic design, web design, customer service, data entry, transcription, and research. Service businesses are the fastest path to income because you can start charging clients within days of deciding to start. Consulting and coaching businesses charge for your expertise and guidance rather than your labor. A financial wellness coach helps clients improve their money habits. A career coach helps people land better jobs. A business consultant helps small businesses solve specific operational problems. Consulting and coaching command higher rates than most service businesses because you are selling knowledge and strategy, not time and task completion. Digital product businesses create assets once and sell them repeatedly. Templates, ebooks, courses, planners, and guides can be created in your area of expertise and sold indefinitely with no ongoing effort once created. Digital products are the most scalable work-from-home business model because they are not limited by the number of hours in your day. Affiliate marketing businesses earn commissions by recommending products and services that align with your knowledge. If you have expertise in personal finance, you can recommend budgeting tools, investment platforms, and financial books and earn commissions when people buy through your links. Content businesses build audiences around a specific topic and monetize through advertising, sponsorships, digital products, and affiliate marketing. This is the longest path to income, but the highest ceiling for passive earnings over time. For most beginners with no business experience, the right starting point is a service-based business. It generates income fastest, requires the least upfront investment, and teaches you the fundamentals of running a business, finding clients, delivering value, managing money, in the most direct way possible. Step 3. Define your ideal client. This step is where most beginners go wrong. They decide to offer their services to everyone and end up attracting no one. The counterintuitive truth about marketing is that the more specific you are about who you serve, the more powerfully you attract the right clients. A virtual assistant who helps small business owners in the healthcare industry is more compelling to a medical practice owner than a virtual assistant who helps anyone with anything. Define your ideal client by answering these questions. What type of business or person do you most want to work with? What specific problem do they have that your skills can solve? Where do they spend their time online? What platforms, communities, and websites do they use? What is their budget for solving this problem? What can they realistically afford to pay? Writing the answers to these questions down gives you a clear picture of exactly who you are trying to reach and what you are offering them. That clarity makes every subsequent step, building your presence, writing your offer, reaching out to potential clients, dramatically more effective. Step 4. Set up your basic online presence. You do not need a fancy website to start a work-from-home business. You need a professional online presence that communicates clearly who you are, what you offer, who you serve, and how to contact you. The minimum viable online presence for a new work-from-home business consists of 3 things. A professional LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is the most important platform for B2B service businesses, meaning businesses that serve other businesses. A complete LinkedIn profile that clearly describes your skills, your services, and who you help is often enough to start attracting clients on its own. LinkedIn has over 900 million users, a significant portion of whom are business owners actively looking for help with exactly the services you might offer. A simple one-page website or landing page. Platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or Card allow you to build a clean professional website in a few hours for free or minimal cost. Your website needs to answer 4 questions clearly. What do you do? Who do you do it for? Why should they choose you? How do they get started? That is it. No complex features, no elaborate design. Just clear answers to those 4 questions. A professional email address, a Gmail or similar account with your name, rather than a personal handle, is the minimum. A custom email address using your own domain, yournameatyourbusiness.com, adds an extra layer of professionalism that costs under $15 per year. Step 5. Land your first client. This is the step that separates people who build work-from-home businesses from people who plan to build one forever. Landing your first client requires proactive outreach, not passive waiting. Here are the 3 most effective approaches for landing your first work-from-home client with no established reputation or client base. Warm outreach to your existing network. The fastest path to your first client is almost always through someone you already know. Make a list of every person in your network, former colleagues, friends, family members, acquaintances, who either could use your services or might know someone who could. Send them a brief personal message explaining what you are doing, what you offer, and asking if they know anyone who might benefit. Most people are willing to make an introduction for someone they know and trust. One introduction from a trusted mutual contact is worth 50 cold outreach attempts to strangers. Cold outreach to targeted prospects. Once you have identified your ideal client, you can reach out directly to people who fit that profile on LinkedIn, via email, or through online communities. A good cold outreach message is short, specific, and immediately focused on the value you can create for them, not on your background or credentials. Lead with what you can do for them and how you have seen similar businesses benefit. Follow up once if you do not hear back. Move on without taking non-responses personally. Freelance platforms. Sites like Fiverr, Upwork, and TopTal connect service providers with clients who are actively looking for help. Creating profiles on these platforms and bidding on relevant projects is one of the fastest ways to land your first paid work, even without an established reputation. Your first few projects on these platforms are about building reviews and social proof as much as they are about the income. Step 6. Deliver exceptional work and ask for referrals. Over-deliver on the first project. Be more responsive than they expected. Solve problems they did not ask you to solve. Make the experience of working with you so positive that they want to tell other people about you. Then ask for a referral. After successfully completing a project, and ideally after the client has expressed satisfaction, ask directly whether they know anyone else who might benefit from your services. A satisfied client who gives you one referral is worth more than any marketing campaign you could run in the early stages of your business. Ask for a testimonial at the same time. A brief written statement from a happy client that you can share on your website and LinkedIn profile is one of the most powerful assets your new business has. Social proof from real clients overcomes the lack of formal credentials or an established track record faster than anything else. Step 7. Build systems as you grow. Basic systems every work-from-home business needs. A simple invoicing and payment system. Wave is free. FreshBooks and QuickBooks are affordable options. A client onboarding process. A standard set of questions you ask every new client to understand their needs and set expectations. A project management tool. Trello, Asana, or Notion help you keep track of multiple client projects simultaneously. A scheduling tool. Calendly allows clients to book time with you directly without the back and forth of scheduling emails. These systems do not need to be elaborate when you are starting out. But building them early, even when they feel unnecessarily formal for a one-person operation, saves you enormous time and reduces mistakes as your client base grows. The honest reality about starting without experience. Here is what most work-from-home business content will not tell you honestly. Starting without formal experience means your first clients are taking a chance on you. The way you compensate for that is by charging less than an established provider, over-delivering on every project, and building your reputation and portfolio as fast as possible through the quality of your work. Your rates will be lower in the first 3 to 6 months than they will be a year from now. That is normal and expected. Every established service provider started by charging lower rates while building their reputation. The goal in the early months is not maximum income. It is building the reviews, testimonials, and case studies that allow you to raise your rates significantly over time. And the income may not come immediately. For many work-from-home businesses, the first 30 to 60 days involve a lot of outreach with few responses. That is normal. The people who build successful work-from-home businesses are not the ones who had early success. They are the ones who kept going when early results were slow. The bottom line, starting a work-from-home business with no experience is not about pretending you know more than you do. It is about starting with what you know, finding the people who need exactly that, delivering exceptional value for them, and building from there. Every successful work-from-home business owner started exactly where you are, with a skill, a determination to build something, and no guarantee that it would work. The ones who succeeded are the ones who started. That is a wrap on today's breakdown here at Capitalists versus Consumers. If this gave you a clear path to starting your own work-from-home business, please hit the like button. It helps more people find this content. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly breakdown every Friday after the close and our daily after the bell market report every trading day. We will see you in the next one. This video contains affiliate links. I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you.